pass your evaluations over, and this time I'd like to call on Charlene, if she could come up and give us the introduction to our third and most exciting conclusion of our prepared speeches for today. Charlie?
Thank you very much. Good morning. As many of you know, Cliff is working on his third career as an insurance agent. His first was in engineering when the USA was going to the moon. He helped us get there. After being laid off 2 times, because you know that's how aerospace goes, he started his own graphics and printing business. When computers came on the desk and became affordable for everyone, he looked for a new career, and boy was he smart in doing that. He decided on insurance. Today he wants to share some inside secret about whole life insurance. His speech is number 8 using visual aids, so let us welcome Cliff.
All right, yay, Cliff.
Need to rearrange the furniture a little bit here. You get extra time for that? There, flip around, please. Well, good morning.
Good
And
morning.
I've approached this subject 2 or 3 times in the past. A couple of times was when I was so nervous. As soon as I stood up here, my head said, "Sit down, shut up and sit down." Okay. So today, maybe I'll be more relaxed and I can get involved in what I'm going to tell you about. First off, whenever I found out about this, I was so excited that I would just run out and tell people, you need to buy whole life insurance. And everybody looks at me and they say, but wait, I want to talk about life insurance. So throughout the years and talking to different people, and we go to different seminars nationwide and around, I found out that if we start by just talking about something everybody's interested in, you better pay attention too. Is the family cash flow. That affects everybody, and everybody now listens when I start talking. I put this little drawing up on my whiteboard in my office, and when people would come by, and they were trying to sell me something in the first place, if we got it talking to them, I would get them involved in my little presentation, and it worked quite well. So then I just developed it more and more. So, to begin with, hopefully all of us have income, and we need to know where it's going. Basically, there's 4 places that your income goes to. The number 1 is taxes, and mainly this is your federal, state income taxes, property taxes. That's your big one. Now these percentages are kind of a national average. So the tax is 18 to 20%. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. You can get with a tax advisor. We have one of them here. He's not here today. And you can trim this down a little bit. But basically, there's not much you can do with it. Paying down your debt, that's a big one, isn't it? The mortgage, we'll take it and set it aside because my solution would be for the 2nd generation. In other words, my grandkids, I'm hoping, will be able to do their own mortgages. But we can take care of the cars, credit cards, and other loans you have for remodeling the house or whatever, taking vacations. Too many people take vacations, put them on a credit card. They don't realize that that vacation just cost them maybe 25 to 30% more than they thought it did. Lifestyle is a big one. Most people really don't realize what's going on. They just live, just spend it until the money runs out. one thing that I found is to get people to realize what's going on there is to give them a little booklet to carry in their pocket for 1 month and record all the expenses you made. Then at the end of the month, they sit down and they say, oh wow, we ate out. Look at all that money we spent. Look at that. We went to the movies, whatever. Because each family is going to be different. So where did the money go? And that helps them. Unfortunately, most of us don't put enough down here. So my plan is to take some of this money and we start feeding it down here. Now, what would it be like if we could get that up to 30% of our income going into savings? Nice goal, huh? All right. So this is the traditional family pyramid. Most anybody who's been into financial planning or had a financial planner should have been exposed to this. The important stuff is the big foundation. And I just was reading about, they did something about the pyramids. Why have they stood up for so many thousands of years? Because the designers built solid foundations. We have some buildings now, I forget where it was, that weren't built on solid foundations, and they're big, expensive buildings, and they're starting to sink. The Eiffel Tower is a big problem there. Didn't have a good foundation. So our risk management, all of the health insurance, life insurance, and property insurance, here we're shifting the risk of something happening to us and causing us some financial problems to an insurance company, to a third party. In here we get into some cash flow, and we get permanent life insurance falls in this area. We get up here, we got the stock market and the investments and all that. So my goal is to expand on this permanent life insurance. And in going to these meetings and meeting with these different agents, a lot of them have been life insurance agents for 30 years. They're all talking about why. They financed their cars, they did this, they did that, with the value in their cash value life insurance. So everybody says, what's going on? How do you do this? So here are some of the things that if you use the money in your, and it's a special, it's not just an off-the-shelf whole life insurance policy. It's one from a mutual company. The important here is the mutual company, the policy holders are like stockholders. When the company gets through the end of the year, they figure out all of their expenses, the money's left over, it's dividend to the policy holders. And it's tax-free because it's called a return of premium. So the IRS is involved, they don't know about it, which is another reason. You got this money in the insurance, it doesn't affect when you sign up kids to send your kids to college. It's not an asset. You can have $1 million sitting in there. It's not considered an asset as far as the government's concerned to qualify for aid. If you go to some of the private colleges, they do clarify that. But anyway, this is some of the benefits you'll get, and on the pass-outs, I got some more things in there. Then everybody's saying, well, how do I get started? How can I get started? I can't. I don't have a lot of money. You can start a policy with $100. And you don't have to put it all in one policy. The gentleman that wrote the book that teaches us how to do this and what it's all about, he has 42, the last count. He buys a policy on all of his kids, his grandkids, and his business partners. So he wrote the book, and some of the other guys come along. This one is very good because it did the research to the banks. The banks have billions of dollars. And with that, I'll let you go.
Tremendous job, Cliff. Thank you so much. Take 1 minute to finish writing your evaluations, please.